Good morning, everyone. All right, in March, I committed to talk to you and guide you in two ways. One, talking all about how can you use exercise that really serves you to burn fat and get well, especially if you're a woman in your 40s like me. Then I also said to all my meal planners out there, how can we build you up to be a consistent meal planner? So today I want to talk to you about the second step of being a consistent meal planner. So previously we already talked about why and having a really big why behind your meal planning. If you haven't had a chance to read my blog post about my own why, check it out and maybe it will get your brain jogged to get yours. I noticed I tried to be a meal planner consistently for about 10 years. And it just never got off the ground. Even when my why was that I wanted to save money or I wanted to have less stress at the dinner hour, I just would always give up, to put it in a nutshell. Then I found myself desperate at age 43. And so I signed up for a program called the Faster Way to Fat Loss, which you have heard me share about, because I am a Faster Way to Fat Loss client still and a Faster Way to Fat Loss coach. And there was my why. 2 weeks into this program, which I joined to lose weight, I realized I'm actually getting really well here. I feel amazingly better in just 2 weeks. And I can clearly see it's because I've been so mindful about getting in nutrition that is actually what's right for my body, because I've learned so much in just 2 weeks. And because I'm using intermittent fasting and it's doing all this wellness work for my body. And if I don't eat this food that's working, this isn't going to work. How can I make sure I get this food? I can meal plan. And if this is all what I got to do, if this is the price I got to pay for how good I feel, sign me up. And I have meal planned every week since then. If you haven't heard me talk before, my name is Amanda. As I mentioned, I was 43 when all this journey started for me. I'm now 44. I'm a wife and a mom of a 5 and an 8-year-old. And my vocation, my passion, my occupation now is to share everything I can about intermittent fasting and whole food nutrition and really smart, safe exercise and how it can bring you fat loss and wellness. And the program that I use to make all of this happen for myself and for my clients is the Faster Way to Fat Loss. Are there other ways to get there? Absolutely 100% yes, you guys. And I'm here to support you no matter what you're doing to get to your wellness. But I also have to say, I found this program that works. It took me from desperate to thriving, and I don't see any need to reinvent the wheel. I've seen clients, my own clients and other clients, from their early 20s all the way into their 70s. I have clients in their 70s, and we are all thriving using intermittent fasting and balancing with whole food nutrition in this supportive community that is the Faster Way to Fat Loss. So let's focus in right now on step 2 of becoming a consistent meal planner, because meal planning supports you in changing your life one meal at a time. Here's first your why, and mine is because I want to feel better and better every day. That's my big why. It really keeps me going. Step 2 is to start creating the list of likes that's for you and you only. So to be on a healthy journey that's going to last for a really long time, hopefully I would love to be alive for a very long time. My grandpa is 100. I want to follow in his footsteps. I want to stay on this healthy journey. So I'm going to be using meal plans for a long time. So I want to eat food I like. And that's what we do in the Faster Way to Fat Loss. No pills, no shakes, none of that craziness. We just eat whole food nutrition. So start here. What foods do you like that you will actually have time to make and get in on the table at a meal? What are they? That's where we're going to start this list of likes. Maybe you're lucky enough to already know meals that you like and that you can get prepared, that you can pull off. Maybe it's meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and green beans. Fantastic. Put that on the list. For me, when I started this, we had a few. They were more like, I know we will eat grilled chicken breasts and sweet potatoes and some steamed veggies. I knew my family would eat a few sheet pan meals I learned to make. There's one I learned to make that was shrimp and white beans and green beans and black olives, all on a sheet pan with lemon and oregano and garlic on it. I knew we enjoyed eating that. We kind of figured out you could put it over pasta, you could put it over arugula. So that was on my list, and my list wasn't very long. But now my list of meals that my family and I will eat and that I have time to make is a good 7 pages long. And I keep it all on my computer over here, saved in a Word document. You could use a Google document. And I have links to all of the recipes for all of these meals. So when I'm ready to make a meal plan for a week, so I do 7 days at a time right now, I go into that list and I just copy and paste the recipes that sound good for that week, or that would serve us for that week because we're having friends over, or I found a good deal at the grocery on X and I want to use it. And hey, it's the star of this meal. That's what I'm talking about, your list of likes. Now, does yours have to be in a computer with links to recipes on the internet? Absolutely not. But myself, I like to follow recipes. I am not a natural cook. And so that really serves me and my preferences to get the meals on the table. If I know all I have to do when it's dinner time is open up my phone or my iPad and click on the link to the recipe for the meal and just follow step by step, that really serves me in the arena of actually getting the meal to be cooked and on the table so we can eat it. If you'd prefer to just have a binder, I have a folder where I keep recipes I've ripped out of magazines. I like this Eating Well magazine. So sometimes I'll rip pages out of here and just pop them in my recipes folder. And then I'll go back and find a copycat on the internet and add it to my list. But you can be a paper person, keep these recipes in a binder, keep it on the shelf in the kitchen or in a basket or in a drawer. And in the beginning, my list of meals we like and could choose from to build a meal plan was written out on pen and paper. I so quickly saw, wouldn't this be easier if I put it in the computer? And here's another reason this wound up in the computer, this list of meals we'll actually like to eat and that I can pull off. As I said to myself, the Faster Way to Fat Loss has taught me that if I have to share my journey with someone else, and at that point I thought have to, because I am a private person and a shy person, and when I'm trying to do something like lose weight, I don't want anyone else watching what I'm doing. What if I fail? But from that Faster Way experience, because we work in small groups, I saw, it really boosted me up to see other people doing the same thing as me at the same time. It gave me accountability, and I had a coach I was checking in with. So I thought, hey, maybe I'll apply that concept to my meal planning. What if I ask my sister and whoever I can think of to let me share my meal plans with them in an email every week? And then if I don't email, they might say, hey, I thought you were meal planning. What happened to that? Like, did you give up? What's going on? So that's another reason I started this list in the computer, and it worked. I emailed the list out and the list grew, and then there was a weekend when I was like, I'm just so burned out. I'm so tired. I'm not going to bother with the meal plan. We'll just wing it this week. And the next day, the meal plan was supposed to go out Saturday. The next day, Sunday, I got 3 emails. I don't know if something happened, but I didn't get your meal plans this week, and I really like looking through the recipes for ideas. And it wasn't even my sister who reached out, though she did eventually mention it. It was a friend of hers and then a stranger who, just through people passing on the word that these were free meal plans that I was sharing, reached out. And you know what? That was such a boost of accountability. I haven't missed a week since. So here's another reason to create your list of meals you like on a Word doc or a Google doc. You can start sharing it. You could share it in a Facebook group you're in. I have a meal planning support group on Facebook. 1 meal at a time is what I call it. I can put a link to it in the comments if that's something that would support you. Simply for the fact that you could say, hey, I'm going to commit to sharing a meal plan here, or 2 meal ideas a week here, or 1 new recipe a week here, and we can hold you accountable and say, hey, I thought you said you were going to kind of speak up in the group and share something. What's going on? Are you okay? Do you need some ideas or some support? That accountability piece is worth its weight in gold. And when you already have set yourself up with your meals that you're sharing and your ideas that you're collecting and your list of meals you like on a computer document that's easy to share virtually, You don't have to worry about this being an in-person accountability situation, though of course it could be. Maybe you have a group of mom friends who also want to try out meal planning, and you could meet in person and swap your recipe ideas on paper, or email them to each other ahead of time and make the recipes and do a tasting. There's so many fun ways to make meal planning less of a chore and more of a experience that's really about you getting to eat food you love that is also food that's taking care of your body. So that's what I challenge you to start on, and I want you to pop in the comments and put in the name of one meal you know qualifies as a meal you like and can get on the table that will serve you in your meal planning efforts. That one meal is a fantastic place to start. Once you come up with 6, you've got a meal plan, especially if you think that you could add in a leftovers night or an eat out night or both. Then you've got enough meals to swap around to make like 2 weeks of meal plans. Don't panic too if you can't think of anything. After you share any ideas you have in the comments for the meal that would work for you, it's a meal you love, you can pull off, that's the start of your list of likes, and you pop it in the comments. You can also check out, I will put in a few of my favorite recipe websites that you could go to, wellplated.com, eatingbirdfood.com, the Real Food RDs. I've got lots of great sites where the meals that they suggest are healthy and delicious and ready in 30 minutes or less with just common ingredients. So I will give you all those supports so that you can then pop in the comments and share a link to a meal that you think you're going to go for, or just the name of the meal, to start building this second step of meal planning consistently, which is to have your list of meals that your people will eat and that you like. That's how you set yourself up for long-term success. And before you know it, you're going to have a 10-page long list, and you just pick and choose from those meals, and you won't miss a week of meal planning again. And you're going to see your why come to be a reality. So if it was to save money for a trip to Disney, you'll be doing it. If it was to help yourself lose 20 pounds because you know that will make you feel so much better, you'll be doing it. If it was to have less craziness in your life, and this is a way for you to get out ahead of yourself so you can have less stress, you're going to see yourself doing it. So take steps 2, get down there in the comments, tell us a meal you've thought of that could be one that would work for you and your family, and I will go get in the comments now and share those resources for you to look through. All right, be sure to just let me know any questions you have, and I will check in with you soon.